I'm wondering what Katya's is. I think Svenja is hoping to go to Valhalla. Um, she might have previously just hoped to get there as a bard, but now she's wondering if she will be a Valkyrie actually in the afterlife. That's a thing.
I don't know if Katya's really thought about it. She kind of just plans to not die right now, you know? She is strong, yes. Death is for weak.
I intend to live forever.
Katya's hope for the afterlife is to not get there.
Yeah. Pretty much. Well, I guess she just hasn't thought of getting to the afterlife because she hasn't thought about dying. She's just like, yeah, no, I'm good. I eat good mammoth milk and meat and strong do not die. Yes, pretty much.
I mean, do remember you're in a very Norse-themed world, so it would be a popular topic of conversation. But yeah, maybe not amongst the tribe. Maybe you're more focused on hunting. There's
Yeah, I don't
definitely
know.
plenty of puny folk that believe you need to die in battle in order to be a true warrior.
Yeah, I'm gonna speculate that the tribes and nomadic tribes, especially, were more sort of in touch with the idea of dying. It's
Yeah,
not
well, I
like
mean,
in cities where you can ignore that it happens.
yeah, it's hard to bring about Fimbulwinter if you in Valhalla. There's they are giant folk after all.
Mikkel's probably banking on going to Valhalla. If not, then somewhere with a lot of metals and the grandest forge ever to be seen.
The great forge in the sky.
Yes, amen.
Well, I mean, I guess thinking about if you want to get specific, Sonia might be hoping to go to Freya's equivalent, Folkvanger.
Gorman.
Easy. If she were to die, she would of course go to where her father was, which would mean Valhalla, since there is, of course, no reason why she should not go there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Normand just sort of accepts it as is. Die in battle, that's probably how he's gonna go out anyway. Being a fighter and all, but I imagine he probably has some curiosity about, is that it? Or is there something else in the afterlife? I'm sure he would have heard tales about other countries' ideas of the afterlife and find it quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there's literally the Iranian games. It's a weird thing in fantasy, and especially here, where it's like that the gods get together and have a big tournament every couple of years. Like they're very real things. Being an atheist in this world would be ridiculous, but at the same time, it's like no one ever really talks about what it's like with the other gods. It's just the gods choose you. It's an honor. Might be interesting. What about Bor? Stefan. Are you there?
Yeah, sorry. For the afterlife. Kind of an old question. I wasn't here, I was needed. But I would assume a lot of people are planning for Valhalla. I think I'll pretty much the same.
I mean, I thought that would be pretty much the consensus, but it seems it's maybe not so cut and dry for everyone.
Well, either Valhalla or somewhere during my travels as of old age.
Yeah. I think that's going to be an interesting one as we'll finally be getting to the Seer. But Svenja, have you got a recap for us for what happened last week on the last 2 levels that you progressed through?
Sure. We started on the floor, the second floor. So there was the Forge of Knowledge, which is one half of the floor, and the next other half is the Library of Creation. And the test is to create something exceptional, something really special. So the Forge Master is a lady called Broad, and she said we can go and look for materials, get the tomes next door for inspiration, secret techniques. So we hunted through materials, found a whole bunch of interesting things, and in the Library of Creation found also a whole bunch of other interesting things. How to make runes that imbue the items with protection against elements, Norn Spindle, the Norse God's Guide to the Art of Thunderous Laughter, or Mastering the Art of Thunderous Laughter, and a whole bunch of, so really just a list of interesting books and terms and things like that. Yormund decided to make a masterwork shield, and we all helped in constructing the shield with a whole bunch of hard work and rolls and inspiration and things like that. We ended up with quite an awesome piece of equipment that we then took through to the next floor. As we go up the stairs, we ended up in a room which had each of the 4 elements in a bit of a maze or a bit of a challenge we had to get through, going from air. Half the party got whacked off to the fire part, the other part went down to the water part. And in each of those, there was a way that we had to either get past or defeat the resident elemental. And at the end of that, we ended up on the plane of Earth, where we fought a large Earth golem, and we defeated it. And that was where we ended up ready to go up to the final floor. I think some went through, but that's sort of a brief recap. So it was a night of lots of rolls and thinking and indecision, followed by trying to outwit very strong foes. Right, so
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, that definitely brings us up to speed. As also, I will say, I haven't finished actually making the item, but it is getting there. But shouldn't need it badly tonight unless you make some real decisions. As we rejoin you all now, that Earth Elemental has just crumbled and formed this gateway to the stairway above, and Gorm, Mikil, and Camilla have already made their way up. while Yormund, Svenja, and Katya, you guys are still downstairs. So are you guys joining them, or are you waiting around?
No,
Yeah.
we'd like to join them.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no, man. Move the token. There we go.
Okay, so as you guys all make your way into this room, we'll see really what you see on the map here as this strange crystal ball sits in the middle of the room, radiating all kinds of different colors coming out of it as you see a woman who you recognize to be the seer herself. This is Runhilda, the fate split seeress, she is known as. She is witch-like. It has been told that her essence is intertwined with the threads of fate, and that you can now see she has got raven black hair cascading down onto her shoulders and shimmering silver eyes that seem to hold glimpses of the past and future. She has a strange ethereal beauty about her, and as she looks up as you all enter, she gives a faint smile and um, stands up to greet you. Who is going to be approaching?
Svenja would definitely take a step forward, and then what is the equivalent, or a few steps forward, the equivalent of a bow, down on one knee, hand on the heart, and say, "My lady, it is an honor to meet you."
She'll give you a nod as she doesn't seem to react too much um, to the gesture, just looking over each of you as she says, "And you as well. I'm glad you made it. Please, take a seat." And as she says, "Take a seat," you will see her form suddenly morph into three different forms as, like, stepping out of the first body, you see an old woman and a young girl step out as she splits into three.
Oh.
Mikhail and Katya, are you guys taking a seat as well?
Yeah, she actually no, she'll stand. She just no, she stands over here, but she does watch the three carefully. She thinks it's a bit strange that someone split into three people. It's kind of sus. So she's got her eye on them. Yes.
Yeah, well, is Pisas, as you will see the the one in the middle who seems like she's probably like maybe in her early 30s. She says calmly as you all sit, she will say, "Dear Runhilda, I am Verdundi's vision. I represent the aspect of the Norn who weaves the present, and my sisters here represent the past and future, respectively. as you see that she, the one who is speaking, she seems quite gentle. Her words flow and are imbued with a sense of tranquility, while the little girl now sitting next to her, you can see has got a much more like firm, I don't know, like she seems keenly aware of something to come. She seems like nervous almost, but like in a frustrated sort of way. As the older woman who represents the Norn who recalls the past, they are each. You have Verdandi. Sorry, my notes again. You have Verdandi, the adult. Then there is Skuld, the child, and Erd, the the old woman. But they are Runhilda, and the three of them sit there watching you with this strange ethereal look in their eyes as they are ready to begin. So then, do you have any questions before we start?
Um, start what exactly? I thought we were just here for questions.
Well, the answers may surprise you. It is most of your first time here in the tower, if I am not mistaken. I just want to make sure everyone's feeling comfortable. If anyone needs a potion, we can easily provide you with some. We know the trials can be a little rough. And as you can see, most of you are looking like you've got a few bruises and scratches.
Will we be fighting here as well?
No, no. Fighting is all done now. But
Also, you were one person. Now 3. How? And why?
this is the burden we bear. We are fate split, as it is called. But we are not here to discuss us. We are here to discuss you. It seems the gods have taken a special interest in your little group. I look forward to seeing what they will share with us.
Well, if I may, I only would ask about. And Yormi just looks towards Shepard. His size.
Yes, what about
it? Well, to my knowledge, wolves don't typically grow to be the size of horses.
You'll see the old woman gives a smile, and I would like you to make a roll for me. I'm just trying to see what die. Of course, the first fucking thing you're asking about is shit. Okay, no, the old woman is going to, she will give a smile and just lean forward as she says, "You must be Yormund, bearer of ancestral strength. Your path lies on the edge of a blade. As we believe we have met your mother, her legacy as a renowned shield maiden fuels the fire within you, will shape you into a formidable warrior. As you tread the path of mastery, trials of Asgard await your presence, beckoning you to prove your valor to the Norse gods. So take heed of your large companion here, for their transformation carries cryptic meaning, entwining your fate with the echoes of Fenrir and Loki.
Yorman just nods like he's just making sense of what she said.
She will, the child will ask, the bond between you and this wolf, do you see a reflection of the impending conflict between Fenrir and Loki?
I can't say I do.
The woman in the middle will say, echoes of Fenrir and Loki do resonate, but your true fate lies in the choices you make. Seek the strength to shape your destiny, free from the trappings of prophecy.
What? So basically, ignore everything we say.
The woman in the middle will chuckle as she says, well, you must understand. And she says, I am but a vessel, the weaver of words that echo from the divine realm. We are no master of outcomes, merely humble guides channeling the will of the divine. That is all we can offer here.
Hmm. So I think Svenja is not disbelieving, but curious. So she will turn to the child and say to her, what is the future of the trapped Valkyrie? Will she live or will she die?
Like you to please roll a d10 for me.
10.
She will look at you and this child with a very serious look on her face. She will say, Svenja, bearer of the Valkyrie's mantle, know that your journey transcends the boundaries of blood and heritage. Look beyond the teachings of gods and legends and forge your own path towards redemption and enlightenment. Only then shall you find the peace that eludes the realm of Valhalla.
Hmm. So Svenja would nod and
Old
will
woman.
we
Sorry.
both finish that path together, or will one die for the other to live?
She will say, Oh, Valkyrie, your path is paved with blood and valor. Within you lies the essence of divine fury, yearning to be unleashed. Embrace the storm that rages within, for it shall grant you mastery over the tempest and the power to shape the fate of battles.
Okay. So you would sort of just look at the other people like, okay, your turn.
Camilla will look at all three and say, if you truly know the past and the future and the present, what happened on that day?
Roll a 10 for me. Oh, you're asking specific. Also, please call out your rolls. I'm.
Oh yeah, 3.
Okay. Yeah, so when you try and ask her that specific, you'll see that they start shaking their heads, and she will say, "Not attribute these words to me, mortal. I am but an instrument of the cosmic design. We cannot search for specifics, though the gods. Ah, in the tapestry of fate, the threads intertwine. They reveal fragments of truth, yet the full picture remains veiled, for the weave of destiny is ever shifting." And you said you rolled a 3. Mm. Oh, okay. I only wrote these a few weeks ago. But she will say, or the old woman will say, "Cursed by the hand of Levier, the harbinger of death, your path, Carmilla, is intertwined with the fates of gods and mortals alike. As you train to become a blade of Alsvarter, the trials of Asgard shall test your resolve and unearth the dormant powers within. Embrace your vampiric nature, for it is both your curse and your strength." And the uh, woman in the middle will step forward to the sort of crystal ball that is there, as you will see her start to perform a spell. You're not entirely sure what it is that she's casting, but you will see this mist starting to swirl inside that ball, as she will continue and say, she seems to go into somewhat of a trance. She will say, "From the distant land of Nyx, where goblins and monsters dwell, your lineage, Carmilla, emerges as a tapestry woven with secrets. The trials of Asgard shall be your proving ground, as you ride upon the back of an owlbear, forging a bond between wild instincts and calculated precision. Your path as a blade of Alsvarta shall carve through the realms of Mordia and alter the tapestry of destiny itself. Be careful in this journey." She looks like she is afraid of whatever she's seeing in the ball.
So you never give clear answers, only half truths. Hmm.
They'll smile again and say, "Take heed, for my words merely reflect the visions bestowed upon me by the celestial pantheon. The gods themselves shape the paths before you. Our role is but to illuminate their intentions."
What about my fate then? I've seen Ailson multiple times. Sometimes he looks essentially like trapped. He doesn't want to be where he is. And on the other, I'm fighting him at the beaches of Mordia, trying to stop his invasion.
Ah, novice shipmaker, your hands hold the spark of creation. Deep within your soul lies the residence of Aegir's might. As the trials unfold, your skill shall manifest in wondrous ways, granting you the power to command the very tides and shape the destiny of the seas. And one of them will ask, but when you stand at the crossroads of shipmaking and divine championhood, what trials of the gods will you truly endure to prove your worth? Will your journey forge you into a harbinger of hope, or will you succumb to the allure of power and the deeds of a fateful bargain?
Yes, we will see.
Destiny hangs in the balance, shipmaker. Unveil the true nature of your heart, for the god's judgment rests upon it. You can also roll a d10 for me.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, you'll see that the child now sit up and play. Beneath the watchful eye of Aegir, the sea's master, your hands have woven the vessel, have woven the vessel of your aspirations, Gorm. Beware the tides of destiny, for as your ship takes shape, so too does the shadow that seeks to extinguish your flame. The trials of Asgard shall be your forge, where the hammer of adversity shall temper your spirit.
I understand.
At this point, they will sort of just turn and just seeing your faces around, you can kind of describe what you guys look like, but are they will start to explain a little bit that uh, um actually, Svenja, can you roll a d6 for me, please?
5.
So they will turn and again address all of you as they speak back and forth between them. They say, like the constellations that adorn the heavens, your fate shimmers with ethereal certainty. But remember, mortal souls are gifted with the power to choose, to navigate the labyrinthine passages that lead to the celestial destination.
Well, the trials of Asgard has shown up strongly in all of the messages that you have received or that you have
Yes,
passed through to us.
the gods
What,
are surely abuzz with the news of these trials. It will surely be on everyone's lips soon enough.
what
Mm,
about Katja and Mikkel? Sorry, this is Svenja turning to Katya and saying, "Go ahead, ask."
I have one of these too. The fates. Fates? Fates. She looks confused. She doesn't know what that is. Really. If someone said it in giant for her, she'd probably know, but she
Good
points
point.
at her feet and says, "These ones."
So Svenja would then, how much does she know about what the giants consider to be the fates? So Svenja would tell her in giant what this means and say to her, why don't you ask them in giant? I am sure they speak all languages. To speak to them in your language.
So greetings. Do I have a fate that you are sure of or unsure of that you could enlighten me on by perchance?
Roll d10 for me, as they don't seem surprised at how eloquently you speak giant compared to common, but that might just be because they they saw it.
Oh, the accents thing is so fun.
Yeah. So I said, dear lady, would you perchance care to share your thoughts?
Yes, exactly.
The
It's a
giant
7.
do. So they will look to you and say, Katya, daughter of Od's Oath in Giant, your destiny rumbles with the power of giants. Unite your kin with the people of Braudavik, for together they shall form a formidable force against the encroaching darkness. Seek the greatest monsters to test your mettle, and as your name resounds in the halls of the Norse gods, the seeds of peace and prosperity shall sprout from the earth of Mordia.
He looks very pleased to hear this. You have my deepest thanks. This was the fate I was hoping to hear. By encroaching darkness, do you mean the winter that we all fear?
Roll another d10.
Okay. And that is a 1.
Another one will speak up and nod as you ask about the winter, as she just says, yes, daughter of the mountains, your destiny stands tall like the ancient peaks that surround your tribe. The great axe of your forefathers calls to you, urging you to bridge the divide between Braudavik and Od's Oath. As you hunt the mighty monsters that roam the land, remember that your true quest is to unite your people and shape a future where harmony prevails over the winds of Fimbulwinter.
Well, I am certainly delighted to hear that. That was my goal, and I am looking forward to being able to achieve that. Thank you. And then she'll give them a nod of respect.
Little girl will look at you and say, in the clash of conflicting destinies, will you preserve a white, what the hell, why do I keep doing this? I've developed a speech impediment in the last 20 minutes. Will you preserve the Viking way of life while guiding your tribe towards a peaceful coexistence? Sorry, in the clash of conflicting destinies, will you preserve the Viking way of life while guiding your tribe towards a peaceful coexistence?
Well, I would hope so, but simultaneously, I'm not too sure what that entails as of yet. Does my destiny clash with someone else's here?
Your response echoes with discord. Unearth the hidden harmony within your tribe and become the beacon that illuminates their true destiny. For you, Katya, are the bearer of the bridge the strength of giants that courses through your veins, yet a deep legacy stirs within. Embrace the harmony between your tribes. It shall grant you the power to command the primal forces of nature and shape the destinies of your people.
Mm. She contemplates that and thinks on what it means.
You'll see that crystal ball swirling with things in it as you see they seem to lose the thread for a second as the one in the middle just starts like mumbling. Is anyone trying to make out what she's mumbling? As she just seems to be almost speaking in tongues, but some of you may understand the language.
Yep,
try.
definitely would want to.
Well, heard the other half truths. Why miss this one?
Not sure I'd like to try and read her mouthing as much as just try an insight check and see what's going on.
You can all give me perception or insight.
I seem not to be able to roll. 1 second.
Yeah, so good both of these. Let's go with insight. Ah, shit, I should have gone with perception on the advantage.
If there is anyone that didn't roll perception or insight, can you please roll a d10 for me?
Everyone rolled, one or the other.
Okay,
Okay.
then just anyone roll a d10.
3.
Sorry, can you still not see the rolls we've got?
Yeah, sorry, I'm not on the server while we with the Seers.
Okay.
I will be back
Katka,
on in an
insight
hour.
9, Gorm, insight 21, Mikko, perception 19, Svenja, insight 5, Carmela, insight 16. Those are the sort of rolls. Yormund, insight 8.
Okay, Orm, Mikil, and Camilla, you will hear them saying, "In the darkest hour, when the moon weeps tears of crimson and the stars lose their guiding light, a hidden path shall reveal itself, leading to untold riches and unimaginable glory for the bold seeker." And then she sort of snaps back to it as you can see she's just muttering fussies that don't seem guided at the moment. And Gorm, can you also please roll a d10 for me? Yeah.
You got a 1.
Okay, yeah. So then when she looks up and she sees you guys are kind of trying to suss out what the hell's going on, she just looks at all of you and says, "Sons and daughters of Braudavik, bound by the fate's intricate tapestry, your paths converge as the sun sets on Mordia's horizon. Through trials and tribulations, your destinies intertwine, like threads woven in the loom of the gods. Seek the answers that lie hidden in the depths of your souls, for they hold the key mysteries that shall shape the future of your land."
So, if I may ask you, this seems that you are seeing some sort of cataclysmic end or some sort of end to Moria as we know it. You're talking about the sun setting and major battles and those. So is there something terrible on the way to Mordia and its people?
Roll a d6 this time. You will start by just saying, the threat of Ragnarok is always looming. It will arrive eventually, but there are many things that could arrive on our shores before then. And you'll notice that they look kind of nervous, actually. Who rolled the... Someone did a successful insight there. Who got above a 15?
Me and Carmela.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like both of you to please roll... or actually, you will both notice that she seemed nervous or scared of whatever she was seeing in that crystal ball. And you can each give me a d6 as well.
Okay, so Svenja's d6 was a 6.
1.
Okay. And go.
And I got it too.
Okay. So who will first respond to you, Fenya, as she says that Ragnarok is always potentially around the corner, but the storm clouds gather, foretelling a harrowing trial for Braudavik. Flostavik's rage shall leave scars upon the land, and the winds of despair may howl. Yet the roots of Braudavik run deep, anchored in the resilience of its people. From the ashes of devastation, a phoenix shall rise, wings spread wide. For Braudavik's strength lies not in its walls alone, but in the unwavering spirit that beats within the hearts of its children. And then the other two, one will just sort of shaking their head, looking afraid again, say, when the ravens take flight, their wings beating against the sky, a silent covenant is forged. Heed their dance, for they are the heralds of hidden fortunes, the avian sentinels marking the trails to untold bounties. And the last one will say, in the realm where whispers dance upon the wind, watch for the ebony messengers that grace the heavens, because I'm reading the wrong one. Continue, ravens with ebony plumes reveal the hidden paths to fortune's embrace, their flight guiding the seekers of treasures untold. And then, I hope this is making sense. The first one will again continue. Across the celestial canvas, shadows weave intricate patterns, the golden masks of a hidden orchestrator tugging at the threads of fate. Beware, for unseen hands manipulate the divine loom, and the tapestry of balance trembles.
Hmm.
Child will speak up and say, we are sorry. Gods speak in riddles. Their voices are a symphony of enigmatic melodies. But try not to listen with just your ears. Listen rather with the depths of your spirit, and the echoes of understanding may resonate within.
Katya closes her eyes and tries to ask her spirit what was said. Does it work?
Be a straight charisma check.
14?
Sorry, what were you trying to
She
ask
was trying
yourself?
to
What?
ask her spirit whether has. So they said reach into like listen with your spirit. So she wants to close her eyes and try and ask her spirit if it knows what they just said.
You say that really even expecting an answer, you hear from somewhere it seems like impossibly far away, but like they're right next to you at the same time. These eerie voices whispering from somewhere deep within your soul that say, venture to the depths of the ancient forest where time stands still, and retrieve for me a shard of the world tree's bark. From this sacred relic I shall peer into the whispers of nature, unlocking the secrets of your kinship with the giants, a bond forged between worlds, bound by sacrifice.
Let me just.
And that's all in giant, by the way.
Okay. Um. She'll open her eyes and be like, "Oh my spirit! It told me what we need to do. Yes." We must go to ancient forest and get shard of world tree bark. Yes.
Yeah, Yorman just looks at you like you've gone insane.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
Seer's nod like ah yes, she's getting it.
Is this the Zen that Sakura couldn't get?
It's feeling like it all over again.
Even in the Viking campaign, we can escape it.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't know if this is making any sense here. I don't think they've given Mikkel any prophecies yet. There are plenty of things that they can still share with you, like to the group, to you specifically. Don't be shy.
Yeah, I'll also try to look inside for the soul and say, the seers told me you're here. Can't hide now.
Here, make a charisma check.
Charisma check.
Yeah.
13.
As you do that, you wait for a response, and nothing comes from within. But you will start to hear whispers in this room as you are sitting there trying to take it in, and you'll notice that they're not coming from within you, but they seem to be emanating from that orb in the middle of the room. It seems like you can hear these whispers very similarly to when you use that seance of the Valkyries or whatever it's called for you. That spell is quite similar, and you will hear a familiar voice in there, the voice of Aegir, which doesn't like it's in celestial, but it speaks more through emotion than actual words. But you can clearly make out that it says, my chosen, carve for me a totem of bone and sinew, fashioned from the remnants of ancient beasts, interwoven with your own blood and sweat. For in this ritual of craftsmanship, you shall forge a bond between the primal forces of nature and your own destiny. Only then shall I reveal the path that leads to the trials of Asgard. Where, my child? for an old friend who will be at your door soon.
Can I make an insight check, or if I figure out either way if he's like saying friend or friend but not a friend?
Yeah? Give me an insight or religion. So shout out your rolls.
Yeah, rolling. Of course, another 13.
Okay, yeah, you would know that yeah, it's difficult to tell whether or not he is implying that he's an ally of his, but it definitely sounds like he at least was one. Uh, you would know that if he is referring to Ailson the Arisen, as it is heavily implied, Ailson was his previous chosen one, that he lives beneath the sea in Rand's, in one of Aeger's daughters' realms. So they were definitely allies to a point, but it also seems like you are also chosen, and it's not like you're not drinking buddies with Aegir. It's like it may be more loosely based, just a god choosing someone from their skills and calling them an ally, whether they like it or not.
It's not really what I hoped, especially since when he shows up, that's not a good sign. But I guess we will see.
One of the seers at this point, they will probably also maybe have even overheard that, but one of them will look to you and say, "As the moon waxes full, Ailsin the Arisen stirs from the depths, his vengeful ambitions threatening the peace of Braudavik. But fear not, Gorm, for the trials of Asgard stand as your proving ground. Channel the spirit of the gods and harness the power bestowed upon you, for within lies the strength to defeat or to defend your town and fulfill your destiny."
Corbin didn't say anything.
And what of you, Mikkel Svensson? The forge of destiny burns bright within your grasp. Would you not wish to hear more of it?
Or, well, now you're tempting me. All right. Tell me, my destiny lies in forging, yes?
Oh, yes. Roll a d10 for me.
Now tell me, why do you like D10 so much?
Because I wrote an option prophecy. I didn't want to just write the prophecies. I wanted to at least leave it up to actual, like, let the dice gods decide.
No, it's not you. I'm asking those. But I imagine it's just like rolling the bones.
Oh, you're asking in character?
Yes.
Yeah. It's the game of gods that they play. Only uses d10s and d6s. What was the d10 roll there?
2.
Amidst the embers of the forge, Mikkel Svensson, your hands are blessed with the gift of creation. The legendary weapon you seek to fashion shall emerge in a form unforeseen. Bearing the essence of divine destruction, its purpose shall be to challenge the gods themselves. As you master the art of crafting weapons for giants, the gaze of the Norse gods shall be upon you, opening the door to the primordial power of the Titans.
Now that is exciting.
Tell us, Mikil, as a blacksmith with the power to unlock ancient Titan abilities, will your creations shape the fate of Mordia or unleash untold destruction?
Or is that a question?
They seem like they're asking you a question, but
I will craft what I deem worthy to protect my homeland, to protect Mordia. Well, not Mordia, but Brodvik.
forging of weapons holds great power. Your answer still falters. Look beyond the anvil's flames to discover the true purpose of your craft. Though it seems you have begun to walk the right direction.
Alright, thank you.
Svenja would sort of have this look of someone who's eager to ask another question. Just kind of looking around to see if everybody else is pondering. And then she would, I guess, turn to them and say, in the graveyard, the Tvaherjar seem to recognize me and want to attack me. And then where the Valkyrie is trapped, there were two skeletons fighting, and when they saw me, came rushing to me. We know Ailson is one of the big enemies of Brodvik. Is there another, or are they all from the same source? Are they his undead, or do we have more enemies than we know of now?
In the embrace of twilight's glow, where shadows intertwine with fading light, the secrets of Valhalla's true purpose lie veiled. Seek the wisdom of the Allfather's ravens, Hunan and Munin. They possess knowledge that could reshape the destiny of both realms and bring an end to the eternal cycle of violence. It is this that has found you, it seems. And the little girl will ask, when you are faced with the harsh truth of Valhalla's eternal war, what will you sacrifice to bring about a realm of peace, Svenja?
Svenja would sort of ponder for a moment and then say, all of my life I dream only of finding all of the hidden lore and knowledge. No one has ever asked me what I would do if those messages are not what I've been taught to believe. She would think, I would like to believe that I would choose that which is the best for the most people. If that means let go of what I have been taught to believe, it will be hard, but I would like to think that I would do that.
blood-soaked halls of Valhalla hold secrets yet untold. Seek the balance between your power and the tranquility you yearn for. She'll turn back to the group again and say, in the crucible of fate, a fellowship of brave souls emerges. Their footsteps echoing through the ancient halls of Norse legends, drawn together by intertwined destinies, their hearts beat as one, resonating with the pulse of a land on the brink of change. Embrace the cryptic whispers that ride on the winds, for they hold the enigma of your purpose, the essence of your collective journey. They look out at you, not really expecting understanding, but looking for it anyway.
Now, a question. What do you foresee in your own future, or what does the fate have in store for you three? Or one? That is what you are.
Realm of knowledge is vast and unfathomable, where truths and secrets dance in an eternal tango. We seek not the answer in plain sight, but in the spaces between, where mysteries await the keen of mind. Our fate is not for us to know. It is the one that eludes us.
So you can basically tell others their fate, but you cannot tell your own.
They, you see, they look at each other and they seem to confer with each other for a moment before just saying, "In the dance of fate, I am but an observer, revealing the cosmic choreography that unfolds before your eyes. The gods' designs are inscrutable, and I am a humble interpreter of their sacred will, bound by the intricacies of their divine plan. Remember that free will intertwines with destiny, and that the choices you make hold sway over the path you tread. It has been my choice to remain here in this tower to guide lost sheep such as yourselves. Where is it that you hope to take your travels?" And she again looks to the whole group as she asks that.
When I can only speak for myself, but when the job is done and Rodovik is safe, wherever the waves take me,
You can roll a D16, please.
16 you said?
Yeah. Don't know if they make those, but it
Oh,
the
clearly
D30
they
though.
don't. I got a 10 on D16.
Well, actually, yeah. Okay. Never mind. When you say that, the little girl will nod at you and say, "Within the frost-kissed peaks of Jotunheim, where giants tread with thunderous steps. A hidden cavern guards a weapon of immense strength. Seek the frostbite blade, for its icy bite can shatter even the mightiest defenses. Let courage be your guide as you wield the frozen destiny. And you see her eyes are just shimmering with that silvery light as she says that.
Okay.
This
You
is
said,
okay.
you said the gods chose us.
I'll nod.
All of them? Or each of them?
They choose their champions individually, but ultimately it will be a team that fights for the Norse gods in the Iranian games. Trials of Asgard will act as a testing grounds for the warriors of Mordia. And it will continue. It will continue that the tapestry of your ancestry, Yorman, threads of light and darkness intertwine. Your mother's legacy molds you into a formidable warrior, while the shadow of your merchant father's secret dealings looms over your fate. As you embark on the trials of Asgard, heed the cryptic whispers of a sealed power within you, a Jotun force of darkness that threatens to unleash devastation upon Mordia when the time of Ragnarok descends. Gods are watching closely, you and all of your friends.
My father's secret dealings.
Indeed, cast a lingering uncertainty upon your fate. I suppose they'll continue. Within your bloodline, Bjormund, lies a tale of contrasts and unspoken pacts. Your mother's shield maiden legacy fuels your path of honor, while your merchant father's secret dealings whisper of hidden dangers.
And I suppose you wouldn't enlighten me as to what sacred dealings.
That is perhaps not for us to say. As we said, they have made it difficult to read your own destiny. We can merely tell that they paint a darker shade we do not know exactly what transpired. And you can see they're kind of searching, trying to figure it out, but it seems like they're struggling, like that information is actually hidden from them.
How interesting.
One of them will start to, like, their eyes will roll back in their head as they go into another one of those mumbling trances, but you'll just hear them this time saying, "The whispering winds carry a prophecy across the fjords, calling for a champion from Braudavik to face the trials of the Norns. 3 tasks await, woven within the fabric of time itself, testing mind, body, and spirit. Succeed, and the realm shall hail you as a hero for all time." And you might remember that, because I think you heard that when you walked into the Dell.
Vent, var det ikke det, der stod på stenen? The stone at the first chamber.
Sorry, say again?
The stone in the first chamber. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure on the door it was written.
Oh, yeah.
Could I try to listen to whispers that I might be hearing?
Yeah, you can give me a charisma check.
$12.
Ooh, okay. You will hear some whispers. With a 12, you won't be able to tell where they are coming from exactly, whether it's from around you or from within. You will hear it say, "Descend into the depths of the underworld, where shadows writhe and whispers echo, and retrieve for me a strand of the fabled Glepnir's thread. This binding cord, woven by the hands of gods and treachery, shall grant me glimpses into the mysteries of your heritage, and in return I shall reveal the path to your true warrior's destiny."
Yorman's just trying to he's just going to throw the name Loki into his sort of mind space and just see if the whisperings mention it or note it in any way.
You will all hear at the same time as the seers will even take a step back as laughter just fills the room. Like it sounds like there's a whole school of children all laughing at once, all like blaring out of that crystal ball in the middle of the room as the seers step back, and one of them gets a sly smile on their faces. You definitely feel Loki's presence for a sec.
That's it's not very comforting, but oh well. Also, would I know what Glimnir is.
Give a religion check. Other than that, they just said it was a binding cord.
Religion. Yeah, there it is. Oh, bloody hell. 9.
Fortunately not. Your friends might, but you're not familiar with some kind of rope.
Straight intelligence.
Religion.
Yeah, it's the same modifiers, and I can't
I
roll
suppose
with.
religion or history would be applicable, but I mean they're both intelligent.
18 for Gorm.
22 for Svenja.
Katya
Yeah.
thought for fun, and she got a 4.
Yeah, you don't.
A respectful 4.
How does Katya hear Glepnir? And
Hmm.
I got a 24 on religion check.
It's like a big beer. Because I have like a Dutch friend who always like said bear as beer. So she thinks you're talking about a big bear.
Yes, it's a big bear.
well, the rest of you.
Wait a second. Was it the bear that took? What was it called? Ulfhild.
I mean, the rest of you will be able to tell them that no, it's not a bear. But I'm assuming one of you might actually know the mythology, so you're welcome to jump in. Otherwise, I can explain it.
I've forgotten it.
How would you guys share that information in character?
Yeah, I need DM assistance for this one. I don't have the mythology with me. Only thing I can think of is whatever binds Fenrir, but
Yeah,
I don't think that's
that's Glepnir. Is the
Hmm. Okay.
I'll just say the chains that bind Fenrir, that bind him. Good luck getting a part of them. They were specifically designed, so it will not happen.
yeah, Mikkel and Svenja, you would both know the whole story of like that Fenrir. They tried to bind Fenrir with metal chains and it kept breaking free. So they commissioned the dwarves to create Glepnir. It was made from like 6 very specific things that were removed from the world in order to create the chain.
Oh, I can read you the list if you want. It's fascinating.
Yeah, I've also got it here that yeah, in
Cat
character, I mean,
spread.
you would know the story. I suppose more of all. I'm sure Mikil knows that the dwarves made it. You know that a cat's footfall was stolen to make. Yeah, do you want to share that with the group?
Yeah. So, what she will do is she'll try and recall maybe there must be some sort of poem or something like that that someone had written about it. So she'll try and recall that and recite it rather than just telling it. So here in the words of whatever the poet's name was, the story of Gleipnir, and then she would recite that where he talks about the dwarves and the sound of the cat's footfall, the beard of a woman, the roots of the mountains, the sinews of the bear, the breath of the fish, and the spittle of the birds. And the thin silk ribbon that is stronger than any steel. And let's see how well she does at that
Yeah,
performance.
you can give a performance. I do like to think that this is where Katya's 4 kicks in, though. Where she's like,
Oh my
the
god.
breath of a fish. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, so Nat 1 for an 8. So yes, she completely muffs it because Katya keeps on interrupting with
Huh?
stupid questions.
Also, you guys have met bearded women. It's like that's a normal thing in dwarven culture. I think those dwarves lied. At least kept some of the beards for themselves.
Katya was not here. Katya went to the bathroom. How was Katya interrupting if Katya was in the bathroom?
I'm just blaming Katya for the Nat 1 with
Maybe it's
Sven
a
rolled
beard
in
of
a
human
performance.
women.
Yeah, and Yorman's just sitting there and just thinking, how the fuck do I get the sound of cat's paw? Hmm?
See, so
Well,
this is where it
we-
fails and it gets into this convoluted, but exactly it's because they took it away from the world Forge Glepnir. That's why you can't hear it. It was taken away. It doesn't exist anymore.
Big beard taken away? Is it dead? Can I kill it?
I think at this point where Svenja would just roll her eyes and just sit down again. Infidels.
And Yorman just sitting there thinking, why the fuck would Loki think he would happily go in a free Fenrir and be a part of releasing Ragnarok?
As you were wondering that, one of the seers will look to you again with this fearful expression in her eyes as she says, in the mosaic of eternity, the gilded masks emerge as heralds of an impending tumult. An enigma unfurls, a mastermind unseen, weaving deceit into the very fabric of divine design. The seer's gaze pierces the veils, their hearts burdened with a foreboding unease. And she seems like she's referring to Loki, but like she's either worried for him or about him.
Wait, hang on. We don't have our packs with us, do we?
You've got all your stuff with you.
So she would hold that out and say to the seers, when we met the Valkyrie, she gave us this mask. And she said, find the one who wears the mask and put an end to her. She has wormed her way into Odin's court and not sure if Loki's involved.
You will see them as you bring out the mask, right? And showing.
Yeah.
They will all recoil and like almost climb back onto their chairs as they start just clearly trying to get away from it, as they say, the cosmic gears turn with disconcerting resonance, for the golden masks multiply like a starlit plague. A looming presence weaves its intricate threads, a puppeteer beyond mortal sight. The seer's ancient wisdom whispers of a threat in the sacred dance of destiny. That is their mark.
Svenja said, you don't have to be scared. I'm not one of them. The Valkyrie told me to find the wearer of this mask. Can you help us? Or do you, what you have shared, is that as much as you can see?
In the sacred halls of destiny, whispers of a rising tempest stir the air. Golden masks shimmer in the ethereal mists, veiling the true visage of the puppeteer. A divine dance grows intricate as unseen forces seek to rethread the cosmic order. These are beyond the veils of perception. Golden spectre casts its haunting shadow upon the celestial stage. The masks of power multiply, a symphony of concern echoing through the corridors of the divine. The balance falters as a cunning puppeteer's influence grows. And you see that all three of them, their eyes just have gone all silvery, and they are all staring at the mask with this terror on their faces. You can give me a persuasion check if you want to try and calm them, but it seems like they are responding to the mask.
Yes, she would try and calm them and put it back in her pack. As she tries to calm them down, that's a dirty 20.
Okay, are you putting it back?
Yeah, she'll put it away again.
Yeah, as soon as you put it away, they will start to sort of regain their composure, and you'll be able to bring them down.
Well, I think Svenja is feeling a wee bit confused, but maybe also a bit clearer about a bunch of cosmic level shit going down, and we somehow are involved.
Yeah, no, there's yeah, it's literally so much that you could ask about, but I'm sure also where to start is a difficult one. So I will, just as a bit of a hint, you can ask them about like potential things that may come up later in the adventure. Like, you already got one of like a distant treasure that you might be able to uncover. There are fates for you as a group. Each of you have obviously got your own things going on that we've been exploring, but there are more general things out there, and all that stuff about ravens. Yeah, so just saying there are some there are some things out there. If you guys are looking for choices, I don't know if that actually helps you.
Oh, interesting. So, if you can read the future, which there await each of us.
So you pick up that, and what was that last bit? If you know the future, what?
If you know the future, then what death awaits each of us, if any at all? Granted, Can baby be changed?
Ah, yes.
Sonia's going to hold up her hands and say, I do not want to know this, and block her ears before the answer comes.
Well, this is part of why the trials beneath you are there, because that is the question most have. Unfortunately, the answer is harder to give than you might think. You can roll a d8 for me, please, Camilla.
A 2.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry, of course, last thing. She looks and seems to be having real trouble as she just says, paths of the gods are intricate and labyrinthine, their intentions obscured by the mists of divine whimsy. Be wary of the straightforward path, for the true answer may lie in the unexpected twist of fate. Answers you seek reside within the depth of your soul, waiting to be unraveled like ancient scrolls. Look inward, brave adventurer, and discover the hidden truths that are uniquely yours to find. In the grand tapestry of existence, another one will say, destiny's threads are woven in stone, unyielding and immutable. But behold, the paths that lead to its fulfillment are as diverse as the constellations in the night sky. Oh, but of course, the old woman. Oh, wait, no, this is, oh, yes, sorry. Camilla, the old woman will say to you, Camilla, you are era of a lineage that defies boundaries. The trials of Asgard beckon your arrival as well. The blade of Elsvarta seeks a champion with the blood of an elf and the spirit of a goblin. Tenacity and she just kind of looks, you can see she's like looking, trying to see your fangs. But she says, of a creature of the night, such as yourself. In the crucible of divine judgment, your path shall converge with the rise of Levier, the god of death, in a destiny that transcends the realms of Mordia. perhaps your death is not written in stone as most would expect theirs to be.
Mhm. What is the relationship between the dragon blessed, the trolls we fought, the gods, all of these entities involved in the Iranian games? Are they kind of a good friends playing a game, or are they enemies? So are there bigger things at stake in this games than we know of?
Warriors that are taken by the dragons are much the same as those warriors chosen by the gods. Dragons have their own ambitions, and some have come to Mordia to seek powerful warriors. The gods usually stand against them, but in times of the Iranian games, these matters are left to the games themselves, and so it must be ensured that warriors that are chosen are up to the task.
So the dragons that like playing the games, are they linked to this dragon blessed creature that the ogre that we slew in the forest referred to, in the wyverns, the troll? So is there a dragon at play that is, I guess, seeking the destruction of Brodovik?
It is unlikely that the dragons harbor any ill will towards Brodovik, though in times past sacrifices have been made in order to keep that so. The dragon blessed are creatures that have been given power often by these dragons and often as ways of rooting out powerful warriors rather than actually being used as weapons or the like. They are not armies, they are merely testing grounds. It's like looking for the right word, but the gods don't seem to be helping them out with that one.
Okay.
Champions chosen by the dragons are usually done so by their performance against dragon blessed creatures. It is not uncommon for a dead dragon blessed creature to be discovered alongside the disappearance of powerful soldiers and warriors from ages past. So consider yourselves lucky if you have faced one of these creatures and lived beyond its death.
Well, it claimed to have been dragon blessed. Whether it truly was, we don't know.
Katya, please roll a d10.
Let me get my laptop up quick.
Why do I always call for the roll from the one person that doesn't have dice immediately?
Where is the bug commands? There we go. How do you roll here again?
Operation roll space 1d10.
Thank you. That's a 4.
One of them will suddenly go into another one of those trances and just say, "A maiden fair with hair as golden as the sun's rays, bearing the mark of the raven's wing, shall arrive in Braudavik. To win her favor, a quest of courage and cunning must be undertaken, for love's flame can forge both triumph and tragedy." You guys get the impression that these three will sit here and rattle off prophecies all day. So if you've got questions, ask them, but there is also no time limit on this. As you've been sitting here, you can all give me a perception check to see if you can see a way out that isn't just right back into the elemental chamber below you.
$20.
Another 13.
I'm just gonna roll on the bot. That's a 9.
In 19, why did it not roll?
Because the tidy sheet is currently broken. I discovered that when I looked through the error reports.
Oh, so that's okay.
Double nat 20 on advantage.
Yeah, and that's all your luck.
That's it. For the rest of the year, I'm screwed.
18 for your moment.
Well, no, those nat 20s. Pamela, you'll notice that one of the books on the shelf looks out of place, but you also see there are some interesting titles on the shelf you might want to look into. As Svenja, you notice that the one book that is slightly discolored from the others is attached to a mechanism that it seems like that is a false bookcase, much like the one that they led you through when you first entered the tower. But by all logic, that should lead out the side of the building, so might not be a way out. But you have seen magical doorways in here as well.
If we wanted to come and speak to you again, do we have to go through the trials again?
No, this is only for those who wish to seek out their destinies and hear what we have to say. If you wish to return, if you have more questions, you will be welcome. And you may find yourselves a path straight back to the top, just through there. And she will gesture to the bookcase that you've just seen that book on.
Okay, anybody else have any questions? Because you have given us much to think about.
Will we be able to stop the dark winter?
They will nod And say, amidst the whispers of frost and the clash of swords, Katia, the legacy of Od's Oath beckons you. The great axe of your forefathers yearns to be reclaimed, its weight an emblem of unification. By hunting the colossal beasts that roam the land, you shall forge a path of glory, steering your tribe away from the cataclysm of Ragnarok and towards the prosperity of a peaceful Viking life. Did she say that one already?
Something similar, but not exactly that.
Yeah, they're all.
I forgot. I
they're all
forgot
gonna
that
be
she
pretty
already
similar.
asked that. Sorry, my brain's a bit dead. The physics is hard.
Yeah, no, well, that's also kind of what they're putting out there, is that these prophecies aren't all going to be much of the same thing, because your destiny is written. So all just going to be variations on similar clues. How much sense you are able to make of them is what really makes the difference.
True.
I'm sure all of your heads are hurting at this point. So you guys are free to head back down to the inn at the bottom, but yeah, you will have access to the top of the tower if you want to come back. And one of the seers will actually ask, he'll say, we have heard whispers that the gateway in has opened, or a gateway has opened in the sky tree. They say it leads into the branches of Yggdrasil, that you have unlocked the ironwood. Is this true?
Yeah.
It is, and it is even more interesting then because it says something about what they can see and not see and know and not know. Svenja won't say that out loud though. She'll mention that later in the evening. It is true. What does that mean? Is there an ancient prophecy that says something about when that happens?
Little girl says, well, no, there is an ironwood tree outside, and we haven't been able to use it in a long time. We'd be eternally grateful if you could open it for us. The keys are hard to come by these days.
Oh, okay. Wait, have we used keys the last time? We just kind of found the tree and I can't remember how we
We have a
activated.
key that opens the tree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's only certain kinds of trees have got a little thing that your runestone will fit into. But yeah, I mean, when they see you like starting to suss out their powers of the nation, she will just say, remember, not seek to attribute blame or credit to us, for the path you forge is ultimately your own, shaped by your own actions and choices. And they'll continue. The skein of fate is an intricate web where each strand is purposefully placed. But fear not, for it is in the diverging paths that the beauty of your journey unfolds. For even the mightiest river finds solace in its tributaries. If you have no more questions, then we wish you the best of luck. And you see them sort of grin as they suggest that.
Yeah, you guys are being sitting here with your mouths full of teeth. Get out. That's basically what this. I must say, as a player, I'm having a tough day. I've had a really rough week so far. So, but I'm super happy with the questions we have answered.
I mean, look, this is all some very crook shit. I would not be surprised if I also haven't slept in a few days. So if I'm not making any sense, let me know. But it's also kind of not meant to make all that much sense.
You're sounding exactly like the Oracle is supposed to sound.
Yeah, as a player, I'm also brain dead. Physics, no.
Did the red monkey bite you?
This is not the oracles from the God of War game. She's
Didn't they all die? Like, oh wait, no, he saved one of them.
No, he didn't kill any of them. Not the old one, the Ragnarok one.
Oh, the gnomes, yes.
Yeah. They just complete each other's sentences. It was creepy.
Well, yeah, that's essentially what they have been doing. I'm not going to sit here and try and do 3 different voices the whole night. But they will at this point. In that is the sort of they're all speaking in unison and picking up from each other, as they will warn you that the drums of war echo through the fjords, and Braudavik quakes beneath the looming threat. Battles will be fought, and tears shall stain the land. But know this, the spirit of your town and your people runs deep, and from the shattered remnants Braudavik shall forge anew, under your guidance.
Svenja would be feeling some concern about what that means. So she might ask, what would be the role of our parents in forging this new destiny?
Wolves of Alsvarter, shadows of darkness, have marked your lineage, Svenja. In their eyes lies a haunting secret, a tale of betrayal and sacrifice. Seek the ancient Seer, deep in the forest's heart, far older and wiser than I. They perhaps may be able to unlock the riddles that bind your fate to the realm of Braudavik. But a shattered mirror reveals fractured truths. The reflection of your path splits, one leading to Valhalla's grandeur, and the other to a path unknown. Your choice shall reshape the destiny of not only yourself, but also the souls that follow you. So choose wisely, for the weight of countless lives rests upon your shoulders.
This is not helping Svenja much right now. She's thinking about this.
I don't think anyone's gotten anything helpful from a fortune teller in one of my games.
Hey man,
Kill an ancient creature, grab his bones, and get powered. I don't know. It's straightforward to me.
Yeah.
oh, you have the fortune teller deck. That's so cool.
Well, it seems clearly so. Next steps for us seems to be to go into the ancient forest, or to go after the frostbite sword. So there seems to be a lot of stuff in the ancient forest. Katya. Okay, we'll have to think about this. So go back to Braudavik, unite the tribes, look for Katya's axe, look for the ancient seer in the ancient forest, and there's a couple of other things earlier up about going to the ancient forest. That seems to be one of our options here.
If you want an option, you can roll another d16.
I'll mention that I'm not sure some of these things are meant to be done soon, like freeing Fenrir.
That's a 10 on the d16.
We can wait with the Fenrir one. No rush.
Yeah, I'm waiting with the Fenrir one is good.
To be fair, they just said the cord that was used to bind Fenrir. They never said to free Fenrir necessarily. I suppose that is implied. But
Okay, true.
there may just be a length of rope lying in hell. Who knows?
Sounds like a plan then.
And
Um,
say you rolled the 10 there. So.
Yes, 10 on the D16.
Reroll. So that's exactly what Dawn got.
There does seem to be an imminent threat to Brodvik because we also had the people trying to poison. So it kind of feels for Svenja that going back to Brodvik and preparing for war and settling in the Goliaths feels like an urgent-ish priority for Svenja right now. What do the rest of you think?
Well, I think that the prophecies of this Seer's multiple question mark are vague enough that we don't really have to worry about the time scale. But at the moment, Yorman really just the only things on it is on his mind is just why Loki chose him and the shit about his father. So if we're done, he would like to go back to Brodvik.
And yet, you re-roll that 16.
Let me rewrite.
Watch it come up with another 10.
Yeah, in that case, it was all three Norns. Go find the frostbite blade.
Six. Frostbite blade it is.
No, well, 6 will be something different. So the last one, they will. You'll see this image starting to form in the crystal ball, where they will say, "Across the sands of Vanaheim, where the exiled elves dwell, lies the mirror of dreams. Peer into its silver depths and unravel the ancient secrets of the Feywild. Venture forth with an open heart, for the reflection of destiny awaits those who seek it."
You're gonna have to put all of these things in the quest log, you know.
Yeah, I'll try.
Right, back to Brodvik, unless anybody else has any.
Seems solid.
Yeah, I don't think Katya's ever been there.
Not yet, but the rest of your tribe has head that way,
Yeah.
where you guys split off. So if you guys, yeah, if you are done, we'll reveal this. Should now be able to see the book, but they will also offer you potions before you leave. As you can see, they've got these big red and blue vats sitting behind them, and the red one you will all clearly recognize as being full of health potions. The blue one you would be unfamiliar with.
Clearly a mana potion.
A check.
I mean, clearly, but
What does blue thing do?
Gatorade.
yeah,
Well,
just electrolytes, darling, and magic. If you use it, it can help you to cast more spells in a day than is usually possible.
Oh,
Essentially, it is a straight up mana potion, and she will explain that this is something that only they make, that you can only get here or from seers, but that it is a potion that replenishes spell slots.
I know that disclaimer was for me who was gonna be like, can we get that in Higa?
I mean, you could. You want to hear her prophecies for.
But when was the last time you ran out of spell slots in Kiga?
Well, I
Yeah,
run out of my high level one pretty quickly.
it's action.
That's a skill issue. Start using your 10th level.
Yes, I would like some of your mana potions. How does this work?
It kind of just looks like a water fountain, to be honest.
A water fountain. Glowing and magically blue. That's...
Well, the liquid doesn't look like it, but it looks like something you can just drink out of.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not subtle, the nozzles that are on this thing, but you'll see that they plug a whole glass bottle into it that to fill it up, and of course, sorry, I only just got into Foundry, so I'm trying to see. I did make these things, but yeah, for now we can just have to add them separately. But yeah, it's very similar to a healing potion, except they are like the numbers are far weaker. So it's not the same roll. Right, only you knew. Oh, here we go. Yeah, a common one is just a D2. So you can recover spell slots up to a combined level of the number rolled, kind of like a wizard's arcane recovery. Common ones do a D2. Uncommon does a D4. A rare does 1d4 plus 2. Very rare does 2d4 plus 4, like a normal healing potion. And legendary ones, they do require a seed of Yggdrasil to produce, but they do 3d4 plus 6 spell slots. So those are pretty huge. The ones that they are offering here are uncommon, as this is the Sears Tower right by your house.
Well,
You're
if I'm
offering,
being offered.
yeah. Exactly.
What say no?
Yeah, I'll have to give you one each.
One mana potion for me.
You can just mark that down. I'll when
Yep.
when I've got the item in Foundry, when I do the shield and stuff, I'll add those. Yeah. Anyone else got any questions? Anywhere you might want to? I don't know. Is there somewhere in the world you might want to explore that you are interested to know what might be lurking there, or any other personal questions, general questions for the group? Otherwise, the door is right where Svenja is. That bookcase.
Where do I find big tree? This bark. The world. She just says it in a giant. The wild tree.
That is Yggdrasil that we just mentioned. If the rest of your group is truly traveling along its branches, I'm sure you can find your way there quite easily.
She nods.
Yeah, the rest of you also hear that you're asking where to find Yggdrasil.
Let's go to the transfer lobby, and there's big scary purple stuff for Katya to run away from.
Katya don't run. Katya kill. Is murder. Is fun. You should try. Is very emotion let out. Is giant, she says, cathartic. Yes.
Svenja can have these highbrow conversations with Katya in Giant. It's more amusing watching Katya suffer with common, of course. It's better for your personal development. Right.
So are you guys on the maps?
Yeah, we're at the library.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I've went down one further.
Oh.
We're down in the
No, but I
library.
just
I am
Katya,
not
are
on the
you
maps.
okay? Yeah, so you went through one doorway and came out of a bookshelf, having skipped over the elemental tower, and I assume, did you guys walk back downstairs or did you take the other bookcase?
The bookcase.
Like you all took the other bookcase, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just gonna peek into the room after the first sort of trial with the dummies and just see if the guy was still there.
See, the
this
room is empty and the door is closed.
Oh,
The door that you opened from the trial, or next to you there, you can open easily. But I just mean that round door seems to have been sealed again. You find yourselves back in the lobby. Oh, I forgot. Summoning circle in the other room and then changed it to it's gonna be a magic transportation. And I was like, how are we doing this again? Okay, bookshelves. You guys make your way down to the ground floor and you can hear some voices in the tavern not too far away, this sort of inn that they've got going down here. And it is now about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. you have completed the Seer's Tower. They've told you that there's an ironwood tree outside if you want to unlock your little fast travel point so you can potentially get back here much easier next time. But there are many places to explore. There are places you had intended to go. There's some big beasties around if you want to hunt. Or there is the obvious option of heading straight back to Broudevik now, as it has definitely been long enough for you to go back and earn a level up.
Round about what time of day is it?
2 p.m.
It's 2 in the afternoon.
Oh. Well, I mean, could go back to Broudevik and then fast travel back here when we want to resume our expedition.
Yep, that sounds good to me.
What exactly do we have left in this one? We mostly made the route to get back to another tree, so we can.
So we
Go
had
back.
no other places we particularly wanted to see.
Maybe just one, but it was just on the way, so we said might as
Mm.
well.
Are you guys sitting around there and discussing where you're going to head next? Or are you heading into the inn? Because I can move us to the other map if you want to do some plotting.
I think we just head back.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna go back to the tree.
Yeah. Well, where did I put? The hill that led you in is down here, waiting for you excitedly. If I could figure out what I did. I followed you into the garden for some reason. But is standing at the bar as you all open the doors and make your way in. The bartender turns and he just looks quite surprised to see you all already, as he gives a chuckle and he goes to start pouring a couple of horns of mead, as Ursa takes a step forward and says, "Oh, you're done already. Oh, well done. Did you make it to the top? You look like you might have.
Yep.
I can tell by the confused expression on most of your faces. Was it bad?
Bad? I'm not sure. But it's a lot, yeah.
Well, don't worry. You told me I would lose a leg, and I've still got them both, so maybe they're not always right. Sitting at the table next to her.
Well, hey, we're not at the end of time. Can't say that for sure.
No, I'm sure you will use a drink after that. Will you be spending another night with us, or are you eager to get going? I heard that Slotty and Rusk might have some questions for you if you've got the time. If you don't want to deal with them, I'd slip out before they notice you.
suppose we've nowhere to really be in a hurry, and well, actually, Yom just kind of fishes around in his pocket and tosses it to the rest of the party, the ruby for the trees, because I think he had that. And
Let me
Yes.
kill her, that.
then
Rubies
never
for the
mind.
archers, but it's just that like getting to the end of a Metroidvania kind of cell level with all the different power ups. Like, wait, it's gotta be one of these. Yeah, so are you heading over to Rosk and the other, or are you guys just gonna take a seat here in the inn?
I'll head over.
Yeah, I'll go with. I think they will hold us back too much.
Sorry, say again?
I don't think we will spend here way too long, even if we help them. It won't
Yeah.
delay us too much.
I'll just stick by for maybe an hour, just talk to them, but ultimately I'm planning on heading back as well.
Yeah, they'll hand you each a horn of mead as you make your way over there. Um, on the house as a celebratory drink for having reached the top, and you'll see that Rask and Slotty also congratulate you, and they look quite pleased to see you when you come back. In the corner of the room, you'll see that other guy that you noticed in the shrine before, just sitting on his own. He seems to be reading a book, but as you go and join the turtle and his friend, yeah, what you guys like to say as they greet you. Ah, well done. I think you're almost close to beating the record.
Oh? What was the record?
5 minutes, but we think that they were chronergy wizards, so it doesn't really count. And no one, even the seer, had a whole thing about time flows, and I don't know. It's beyond me, but I'm learning. And the other one goes, "No, they cheated. Russ. It's you can't use time magic to earn a speed record. That's just cheating."
Oh well. Guess we had the. You said we were almost there? Guess we had the second best then.
uh, 10 maybe.
Ah, that's not really almost, is it?
It's pretty good. Who is second? Sluddy looks up for a second and he goes, "I think the shield maiden, what's her name? Oder something. Hilton, I think? I don't know."
Yeah, Yorman nearly spits out his drink. Oh?
Come on, lad, don't be wasteful. What do you...
Cough, sorry. When did this odor come about?
Oh, I don't know. I guess whenever she got her name up there, and he'll point across the room to a bunch of rune sticks on the wall that just look like the pool champions at a pub or something, you know. Just it seems like the people here on the lower levels have been keeping track. This isn't a thing that the seers do. It's just there are time codes and names written into it. And top, you will see a name. Which I guess no one would recognize. And then, yeah, number 2 would be Oder Hilson. Top one looks like it's written in stranger letters. Yeah, you would be able to make out, because you have actually seen this kind of writing before, that it says Sasaki-sama.
Wait, what?
It means cheetah
Wait.
in Mordia.
Or this is the moment.
I still need to clarify the wild tree thing.
You smoke it. It's weed.
Well, Katya might be able to clarify things.
She has a few years ahead of you to do it. To figure it out.
If this campaign ends with Katya skinning Sakura, I'm gonna really have regretted this whole prophecy thing. Get the bark
Oh,
off
no.
the world tree.
I want to see it.
Is this before or after the Kiga campaign?
Before.
This is 10 years before.
So if you are 6, you're only born then.
Oh my god! Maybe. That's a past
Wait,
trauma.
yeah, she is like
5,
6.
6.
And the question is, has she always been the wild tree, or did she just become the wild tree?
Well,
Oh
your
god,
father was
this again.
always the word tree, so I think you were from the beginning. But let's stay in this campaign for now.
Yeah.
Unvid hands over a pipe to you, Katya, and goes, "You look like you could use this."
What is this?
What I use to get my head around the world tree.
How do I use?
It's mine puffing on the pipe. Like,
She tries to use the pipe.
give me a con save.
Okay, I don't know what my con modifier is.
-4.
No.
Sonic Flyer.
Come on.
It's not even
It is
weed.
a 6 on a save.
It's not even weed. It's like actually just DMT.
Man,
12 plus I think
druids
it's
using their powers to
4
brew
or something.
ayahuasca. Sorry, sorry. Sorry, what did you roll?
12 plus at least 4.
It's 6. The modifier that you're adding.
Oh, nice. So 18.
So yeah, an 18. You take a puff on this, and it tastes kind of weird, and you breathe out some smoke, but it doesn't have any effect on you. It seems like smoking. You've probably seen people do it before. I don't know what Katya's impression on it is, but this doesn't do anything for you. He's looking at you though, like he's expecting you to kill over. But you are strong, barbarian Goliath. This has no effect.
It did nothing.
Oh, then maybe you should take a little more, but don't
She takes
waste
more?
it. And he reaches and takes it out of your hand. Like, well, no, it's all right. It's not for everyone. He suddenly looks at the size of you and realizes you're gonna smoke all his weed if he lets you. So he regrets his decision. Yeah, he will open to discussing the world tree and its meaning with you. Meanwhile, at the other table, Rosk will be saying the rest of you. Before you all head out, I was actually hoping to ask. You wouldn't perhaps be heading up north, would you?
Afraid not. No.
Oh. I mean, if you would consider it, there is a little something that has been preventing us from heading out. We want to head through Alsvarsha eventually, up to the Great Lake in the green lights of the east, but well, and he looks kind of embarrassed. If a turtle could blush, he would be, as Slotty next to you says, "We're just a little scared. We think that there's a storm maiden up there, if that's, I mean, even possible, but we think it might have something to do with why the dragons are not around, and if you could get rid of it, we would be hugely grateful. We understand if you have other business, just you all seem quite capable. We don't want to ask too much, of course.
How far north? Like an hour's walk, or would it take a day?
Oh, probably a day.
I think just turn towards the rest of the party. We could probably get around to that sometime within the next week. We're going back now.
Shouldn't be that hard.
I mean, okay, yeah, we'll see if we can do something about it as well. I mean, it's just really unsettling. You know, you can hear this crying constantly. I imagine the storms are probably going to get worse the longer we leave her there. So, but don't worry. I mean, I'm sure we can find some people around. I think some of your Goliath friends were actually not too far away hunting the mammoths. Maybe we can convince them to drive whatever's wailing away.
Fair enough. Yeah, we'll get on it sometime. Don't worry.
Oh, would be absolutely grateful. And hey, let us know if you want some company on the way home. We would love to see Browdovik as well. That journey's been a little bit too dangerous for us, but
Well, apparently one of your trees can get us there quite sharpish, so if you want to come with, I think that's all you need to go to.
Ursa will jump up excitedly from behind and just go, "Oh, it's true? You guys do travel through the Ironwood? That's so cool. I've always wanted to see it. Can you close the gate behind you, will you? I'd like to go and see for myself if it's as amazing as they say."
I think it's only stay up for so long before it closes on its own.
But I mean, in any case, we do come around a lot. The tree folk over west of Radovik, northwest, we hop between that quite often.
Well, we also have some powerful druids here. I'm sure we can figure out a way to keep it open. But yes, I suppose we'll just have to wait for your arrival back, which hopefully won't be too far away. It would be good to open a passage between here and Rodovik, though. I'm sure there are many people who wish to see the Seer that cannot make the journey. We may have to revise the trials.
Don't see a problem with them going with us now.
Oh, now? We'd love to. I'll get my things. Then see Rosk start picking things up from under the table and slipping them into his shell.
Oh. Well, fair enough.
Well, I mean, if shit's going down in Browdavik, as many allies as we is not a bad idea. So
I think Bradovich will be quite safe for the near future.
Not sharing your optimism here. She's kind of in y'all advisor mode here. Let's build allies and relationships sooner rather than later.
I mean, agreed, but I just mean, well, Bradovich isn't of much worth right now, and with a band of Goliaths nearby and quasi-allied, I think not many people would want to really fuck around with Bradovich at the moment.
Yeah, this is assuming that the Goliath has made their way down there and not been given a suspicious Viking welcome, which involves spears and shields.
Told him to ask for my father. My father can be a good liaison. It's fine.
Yeah, that assumes that the villagers talked first. Yeah.
It's fine. It'll be fine.
Okay, guys, can I am really fading fast. Can I either drop off or propose we pause here? It depends on whether you want to continue. Happy to drop off and let you guys go, but I'm really struggling right now.
Alright.
So I'm going to say good night to all of you. Thank you very much. Sorry for not being full energy. I was working on a tender document until late last week, so brain is gone. Thank you very much. Thanks, Dave, for an awesome Seer's experience and confusing oracle prophecies and things. Loved it.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Have a great week, everyone. See you next week.
Yeah, you
See
too.
ya.
Bye. See you next week.
Ooh.
I'm
Uh,
hilarious. I know.
I am happy to keep playing if you guys are
Yeah.
keen to keep playing. I mean, we can call it another like half an hour, 40 minutes. Then
That worked for me.
Yeah, another 40 minutes should be fine.
so yeah, like 11:05.
Mm.
That was yeah.
Right. Well, actually, I did want to ask, and Yormin just kind of leans over and hushes his voice. Who's that guy? And he kind of gestures towards the guy we saw earlier at the end of the first trial.
Oh, he's freaking weirdo if you ask us.
Mm.
He's been hanging around trying to figure out a way to get up the tower, but they won't allow him to take the trials. And Ursa says, yes, well, we did allow him once, but the others all complained about his behavior, and he was forbidden from attempting the trials again. So long as he doesn't figure out all the runes, we should be all right.
Why not just lock him out?
No, it's harmless enough. There are much more powerful forces than he here, and whatever false gods he worships have no power in a place like this. I'm sure he will board and move along soon enough. I mean, you're welcome to try and move him for us if you want, but remember, this is a sacred place. We try not to start too many barbels in here, and not that it helps.
Katya goes up to him.
Oh God.
Hello.
Oh, hello again.
Hi, Dad. Oh, thank you. I have been given power bank. Okay. Night, love you. You too. What are you doing here?
He closes the book that he was reading, and he says, "Oh, I am just here to do some research, to understand some of the ways of Mordia. Uh, I'm hoping to take the trial myself. Have you just completed it? I saw you all heading up."
Yes. What gods do you worship?
Oh, same odds as you, I'm sure. Uh, though the names tend to uh, escape me somewhat. You've passed the trials. You wouldn't happen to
You
know.
do not know the names of your gods? That is dishonorable.
This is why I'm doing research. You see, perhaps you could help me, educate me, if you would. There was riddle, and he opens his book uh, to one of the riddles that you recognize having heard upstairs, and he's saying, "Now, this one, you've managed to figure out the answers to these, because I've been trying, but apparently it's a god I'm unfamiliar with. Well, at least for now." And
Do I look smart to you?
absolutely, I'm sure if you made it to the top, you must be smarter than someone like me.
Well, you are wrong. I am strong, not smart. But I am smart enough to know that I am not smart. My power lies in my muscles. And she flexes her muscles.
Ah, I see that. Yes, you have formidable muscles, but I'm sure your mind is just as formidable. Do do you know the name of this god? And he's like just trying to like go along with you and compliment you, but it's showing you the book quite urgently, like just this one right here, if you wouldn't
What
mind.
language is it in?
It is in common that he
I
has
do not
written it.
read.
You're
I'm sorry, what?
I do not read. I cannot read the common tongue. See, not smart. But anyway, you freak out the druids here. They do not like.
Well, perhaps they're not so smart either. Then I haven't done anything, and actually, if you aren't able to help me, then I think perhaps it's best you leave me be as well. As he sort of starts to turn his back to you and like huddle his book up towards him, but he's clearly still watching you over his shoulder.
Maybe you should be the one to leave. Instead.
Give me an intimidation or persuasion check.
Probably intimidation. Yeah.
So you can make it strength based because you were flexing.
Oh, nice. Oof. Yeah. I think her strength is +5. So it's either 8 or 9. Which is not great.
He just like turns back to you and says, "I'm quite comfortable where I am, thank you." And just gives you a glare as he's got his book on, like sitting on his lap, his hand firmly on it, like he's not moving.
Yormund will just like walk up calmly and just put a hand on Katya's shoulder, like, all right, let me give it a try.
She'll just turn her back to him and also just like pull Yeoman so that his back is also turned to him, and then just whispers, "I have bad feeling about this one. He's how you call he's fishy."
Yes, don't worry.
Okay. I go find a drink. Do you want to?
Yeah, one as well for me, please.
Okay. And she'll go off in search of a drink.
Yeah, Yormund will just sit down opposite him and just say, sorry about this, she's not the most diplomatic. Yormund will reach out his hand. What's your name?
I am Advida. I believe we met before.
I don't think formally, but here we are now. Where are you from? Oh, of course, I'm Yormund.
I am from the east. I am from beyond the borders of Valsvarter. I'm merely a traveler here, but it seems an unwelcome one.
Well, it's alright. These people just aren't used to travelers. You know, can I roll an insight check just to see? Well, actually, I want to see just if. How do I word this? Okay, just yeah. Is he telling the truth?
You can
Is he a
roll
traveler?
the check so long and then ask specifically if it comes.
Oh, 22 for insight.
Oh damn. Okay. Yeah. I mean, so what are you trying to suss out here? As he would, when you say that, oh, people don't take kindly to travelers, it does give you a look like your people are famously travelers that are constantly sailing to distant shores. Is everything I've ever heard about your people. How can you say that they don't enjoy travelers? What are they? Some sort of hypocrites? And,
Eh,
and with the 22, you can tell he's getting like annoyed, and he definitely gives away in that he's not a Viking. He's not Mordian. So there's a good chance he's lying about where he comes from as well.
It is a little bit of rules for thee, but not for me. But listen, once you make a good impression, people get to know you, you'll fit right in. Don't worry. It's just, eh. I take it you're a religious man. You have a lot of markings.
Yes, I suppose I am. Though, I must say, the gods here are not what I was used to when I got these markings.
Yeah. And Yorman just kind of like leans back, like expecting. I'll try to hint for him to elaborate.
So you can also give me a persuasion, as he, after the interaction with Katya, he is definitely reluctant to start sharing his life story with you. But
22 for
you are
persuasion.
okay. Yeah, you definitely seem like you're much friendlier than the other one, and he's grateful that you got him out of that conversation. So he leans forward with a little bit of a like cheeky grin, and he says, "All right, well, I mean, you seem like you can be trusted. I'll tell you the truth. I'm not really from Mordia." And he like looks around, like nervously, but like he's trying to hold back a laugh. And he says, "I come from a distant place known as Greengulf, and there, religion is, well, very different. We have warriors, much like you do, but I mean no offense, they pull that kind of armor off a little better. And you are still sitting in full plate mail, if I'm not mistaken."
Yep. Not. Uh, yeah, we're not used to heavier armor. At least me personally. Might look a bit funny.
Well, don't worry. It does take some getting used to. You see those straps there, and he's going to give you some pointers on how to wear plate mail armor that only a knight could give. These are, or like someone that has worked with many soldiers, maybe a squire or something, but definitely knows his way around plate armor. And it's a very uncommon thing in Mordia.
Hmm. Guess I've got a lot of learning to do myself. Thanks.
Well, I'm glad you came when you did. I was about to send that dumb giant running into the hills. I didn't have to come to that. He sits there looking quite smug.
Well, patience is a virtue.
He almost grimaces like you just reminded him of his homeland. He's like, "Mm, yes, indeed."
Good thing you said that after Katya left, else she would have just chopped him in half. Fucker.
Well, at this point, Katya, you are returning with the next round of drinks. What are the rest of you doing at the other table then?
Busy drinking and eating. While keeping an eye out for like what's going on over at that table.
You can give a perception check if you want to try and eavesdrop on their conversation.
9.
You can see it looks like quite a relaxed conversation, but you are sitting a little bit far away to actually hear them. But you can tell from their body language that it definitely doesn't look like a fight's about to break out, which might have done when Katya was talking to him. Yeah, Yormund, he will share with you some details of his homeland and probably ask you for some of yours, though he already got quite a bit of information about Broderick from you guys last time when you chatted. So, yeah, is there anything else you're discussing with him in particular?
Well, like I'll try to frame it as just like a not inquisitive, but just for the sake of convenience, I'll ask him, like, what are you traveling for? Like just knowledge in general, specific kind of knowledge, or something else, like goods?
Well, people, people that I'm employed by, in a sense, they wish to know about the cultures of this land and your gods and the way you all do things. I must say their reasoning is a little beyond me, but I've been entrusted with the task and I will see it to completion.
Could, but well, I'm just trying to check to see if he's honest about not really knowing the reason for it.
Yeah, you can give another insight check. Yeah.
18.
It definitely seems like he's hiding details from you. Like, he probably knows a lot more than he's letting on. But, yeah, he seems to be sort of interweaving it with the truth to make it sound convincing. It's hard to tell which parts he's being honest about. Yeah, with an 18, you definitely find it suspicious that he's looking into the gods the way he says, especially with all these Trials of Asgard and Iranian games and things that you've just been hearing about. It's like, it's definitely sus.
Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'd invite you to Broderick, but I'm afraid, truthfully, there isn't much there. Hardly a bastion of knowledge and libraries, so I think maybe you'd do better looking west.
Oh? And what might I find instead? I've been quite looking forward to visiting your little town.
You can if you'd like. However, I don't know, from stories of my father, I hear that towns west of us, for whatever reason, tend to be more intellectual.
Oh. I'd heard the exact opposite from some other people I've interacted with. Perhaps they were just trying to throw me off the trail of something good. Well, if I do ever make it to Broderick, I'll be sure to look you up, and perhaps you can show me around. I would still be interested to see it, even if it is quaint. But I will bear that in mind. Thank you.
Of course. Good luck, and I'll leave you to it.
You as well. And he gives a nod and goes back to his book. Oh, surprised you didn't hit him. Brask says, he really knows how to get on my nerves.
Well, patience is a virtue. Still not quite sure what he's around for, but oh well. I guess we'll figure out in time.
Well,
Well,
if we want to get Radovic, we probably shouldn't wait for the sun to go down. Are you all feeling fit enough to row again? We might have to outrun that Rathian.
don't you just have an ironwood tree nearby?
Right. How does that work exactly?
Um, just like look over to Mikkel. Do you have the crystal? One of us will have it. But yeah, just insert it into a tree and it becomes a portal. How and why? I don't know, but hey, it works.
Well, I'm eager to see it for one. Ready to go whenever you are.
And as we're just sort of walking by for the final time, Yorman's gonna try and note the strange guy's specific markings. So just so he can like draw it at a future time.
Yeah. You can give me a sleight of hand or a performance check to try and make an accurate depiction of the markings, but very low DC.
13 for sleight of hand.
You easily make some notes of those markings, in particular a cross on his head.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyone else want to do anything here in the Sears Tower, or are you heading out?
Heading out.
Out. If there really is something attacking Broderick, we better get back.
Oh. Has it changed the font? Why does this map look different?
I
Haven't seen it in a while.
think it's maybe because of the way V10 renders light.
It looks good. Like, so you guys up here. Did I actually put the player? Underneath. Okay, so yeah, you guys can see where you are, and the tree that they were talking about is the lightning struck tree that where they heard the wailing. you can see how far away that
Ah,
is. Only 3 miles away. But you will, as you are led outside, you will notice there are quite a few trees just dotted around here, but there is one that looks quite a little bit older and more gnarled, that you will easily be able to find the little ironwood symbol on it. And who is going to be opening the gateway?
guess I'll do it.
Okay. And yeah, with that, the tree will just groan and crack and twist as it opens this doorway, and the the turtle and the two humans will stand back as Ursa and what's his face are with you as well. They will then the druids are going to cast some plant growth spells and try and hold the doorway open with the vines and things that they grow up from around it, and they try and hold it there and just sort of shrug and say, well, we'll see if that holds. But Ursa will wish you luck and bid you farewell as she stands there and says, well, I hope to see you all again soon. Uh, don't get yourselves eaten by any dragons and whatnot. And thanks again for all that help with the bandits. You really saved us there.
Just get a thumbs up. Another time.
Okay. With that, Rusk looks all excited and goes running into the tree.
Oh god. Oh wow. That's a big one. Yeah, as we're walking in, Roman will also say, whatever you do, try your best not to step on the branches or roots.
Yeah, slowly like is about to step and then lifts his foot. He goes, oh, I mean, how do you avoid the branches? Isn't that what we're walking on here?
Uh,
The
well,
exposed one.
yeah, just Roman points towards the wormlings. Those things don't like it when you do it.
Well, the door is. I'll point to the right
Yeah.
here. So this while they're here, those creatures should probably avoid them.
Rusk will point with his staff and say, oh, yes, I don't think it's all the roots. It's written in Druidic all over. There are little Druidic runes. I suppose they just look natural to you, but those are definitely protected spots. I think this may be a maze that you could navigate.
Ah,
Well,
My, what is that thing? And
barely.
he is looking across at the what you guys believe to be a spawn of Needhog.
yeah, not quite sure. Just one day they showed up. Yeah, one of them nearly killed me. Well, a
Okay.
couple of them. Yeah, no thanks to you, but
Well, you must share the tale once we return. I assume it's through one of these doors, you said?
do you want me to just kind of like squint his eyes and just points at the Broderick one and says, I think it's that one.
They will turn and notice the figure of this massive treant just walking through the background as you hear them muttering to each other and pointing to it as though they recognize him as well. But what are the rest
Yeah.
of you doing as Yeoman? Oh, sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, yeah, he goes around. He's alright.
That Mimir, the same. I mean, he's come to visit the Seer's Tower a few times.
Yep,
I
that's
can't
him.
imagine there's that many other treants near here, but it's my first time on the World Tree myself as well.
The man, the myth. Oh,
The tree.
Slowly is going to make the correction and just say, that's not Mimir, that's Mimir. There's a big difference. I mean, he may think he's all that. I mean, you guys know him, right? As he just chuckles as though there's some in joke.
Well, if I'm not wrong, he would rather be Mimir than Mimir. If my mythology correct.
Oh,
Or
well,
is it Ymir? Yeah, it's Ymir.
no, that's Mimir and Mimir are different things.
Yeah,
Mimir is the one that Odin gave his eye to drink from his well of knowledge.
yeah.
And
I remember the head.
yeah, the head. The I've got to continue Ragnarok. Um, Slotty would say, yes, but I think people get the wrong idea. He sometimes thinks that he's actually Mimir himself, but from what I heard, he was just a tree that somehow watered with the waters from Mimir's well, and it gave him life. That's, I mean, the word amongst druids.
Hmm.
I guess that's why they let him wander around here. It's got to be useful to someone, and got to be pretty smart after that, I suppose.
Hmm. Well, in any case, I'd consider him a friend. It's kind of the reason I'm not still a corpse in here.
Oh, well,
Yeah, same story as before.
we'll get to it. Uh, And yeah, you will be able to make your way across fairly easily this time. There are no more of those little baby dragons around, so it definitely seems safer to navigate the routes this time, especially after Mimir of them all. Is that not work?
Did you say after Himir killed them all?
It works. I just didn't hit it.
Oh shit.
He just pissed them off. Okay, and as you guys step through the doorway into Radovik, what the fuck? Are you? Is the floor invisible for you guys as well?
Floor?
No, it's just
Nighttime.
blue. It's just because it's the nighttime map. I was like, what? Ends in with the background. I thought, how has V10 made the snow disappear?
Again, the lighting, man. And it's
Super
actually
nice.
there. Then you should see like snow in V11. That's wild.
I have not had time to set anything up yet. I can actually make snow. I don't know what that does. However, as you come back, we're not actually going to even deal with that map. You guys step out of the tree, and as you kind of open that doorway, you have oh crap. Wrong. Maybe on damn it, I've lost the right. Yeah, there we go. So as you walk through the doorway, you are going to hear arguing voices as you walk out to find Jarl Nicholas standing across from a Goliath and two Goliaths on either side of him that have got their weapons at the ready, and you can see Odir and Magnus and some of his crew also standing there ready to fight as they seem to be arguing uh, just back and forth between, like, Jarl Nicholas seems to be trying to calm the situation while the Goliath seems to be just roaring at him, and you see the town is on the brink of a battle right here. That, as you step out here, that is where we're going to be ending tonight's session. Is there anything that you do in this moment as you see all this unfolding?
So is that the fight that is gonna destroy this place?
Yeah, Yeoman just shouts like, "Stop! Stop! 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 Calm down!" And as he's just saying stop, he's just stopping common, stopping giant, and just alternates.
Yeah, we'll get to their responses next week. Is anyone else saying anything? Katya, I will say you recognize these guys. They are part of your tribe.
Greetings, fair wanderers. I dost beseech you, please halt. For we are friends. You recognize me, I am your kin. We have travelled far and wide together, and thus, please do not attack us, because it will end tragically. Also, I do not want to hurt you, because you are my kin. Thank you. Yes.
We don't want to hurt you either, Katya. This pompous fool is just an arse, quite frankly. And hear Nicholas yelling at him as we end the session. And yeah, fucking. Let's all get some sleep next week, guys.
Oh, amazing.
Or
Honestly, the accent thing is really fun.
It's gonna be confusing.